Welcome everyone to another pick a card reading. So because it is February and it contains Valentine's Day, we are going to find out how you can attract your soulmate. So this reading will not be for people that are taken, for people that are in some sort of situationship, for people that want their ex back or anything like that. This is for people who have a clean slate, who don't have anyone, who are not crazy about anyone, but are serious about a long-term loyal relationship. Now keep in mind that you do have to embody the qualities of the things you're looking for in order to vibrate on that frequency and attract it. So this means if you are wanting or looking for or waiting for someone that is loyal, genuine, authentic, trustworthy, honest, comforting, nurturing, you have to embody these qualities. Not in order to get something from them, but just this should be the way you function daily. Okay, so if you don't have those qualities, you are not meeting this potential person on their level, right? Because they are functioning. Maybe even they're going through their own, their own things that they need to learn and evolve and work on. So maybe that's why you haven't met them yet, right? Both of you are maybe going through things and trying to align. But remember that in order to manifest something, you have to embody the spirit of that thing. You have to function on that frequency, on that level. Okay, so that is generally for everyone. This is the most common thread that you should know. Okay, so pick whichever pile or group that you keep gravitating to the most, whichever deck caught your eye, not something that you like or the color or whatever, but something that just keeps pulling at you. If you're having trouble, you can always close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, how can I attract my soulmate? How can I pull them in? How can I function at their level? Take another deep breath and then open your eyes. Wherever your eyes pulled you at first, that will be your group. If you still can't decide and your eyes are going to more than one group, then listen to more than one message. So the timestamps will be down in the description box below. Remember that I also do personal readings if you're interested. And yeah, so let's get into it and I'll see you in your reading. Okay, group 1, welcome to your reading. So let's see, how can you align with your soulmate? You gotta remember who you are, culture, resilience, beliefs. So being your most authentic self, remembering who you are deep down, being the true you. So this includes removing masks, taking away personas, stop acting as if you're someone you're not, getting rooted into, maybe even since it is about culture, maybe you find someone from your own culture. Maybe that's the message for you here. You got to clear your mind, to be present, focus, embrace. So stop acting or stop living on autopilot mode. Stop racing through life. Be present and in the moment. Okay, have a clear mind, be still, be more focused on what you're doing, where you're going. Start doing things with intention. Even when you're driving to work like any other day, be focused on what your car is telling you, what your environment is like, what the roads are like, what other drivers are doing. Pay attention to everything. Be present. healing the earth, love, humility, respect. So being a service to others, perhaps that's how some of you may find this person, by helping out your community or helping out a friend, helping out for a certain event. I'm getting the image of like a wedding planner or something. Perhaps you find someone at a certain wedding that you go to. You know, you're busy planning things around, making sure everything's good, and someone catches your eye. That could be a thing too. Yeah, so being a service to others. You got the meditation, peace, relief, sanctuary. You have a lot of cards that talk about being present and still in a way. Clearing your mind is how you do it, right? Through meditation. So it's all about being still, being present, going deeper into who you are, which again is done by meditation. Because when you're meditating, you are connecting to your center, your core self. And that goes beyond identities of this realm, right? Beyond what others taught you to be, what you thought you are, what politics or society or your friend group or whatever made you up to be. When you meditate, you go through to the center, your soul self, who you truly are deep down. And that's the part of you that you need to connect to. Because then your relationships will be deeper. Then you will see life in a more deeper level. Because right now, so many people are functioning as NPCs, right? They're just going about their day. They're going through the program, the actions of what they have to do, like robots. But when you meditate, when you get to your core self, you remember who you are. You start to live differently. Patience. So you need to have more patience. And don't just be waiting. Your life is not on pause right now. You are living your life. So don't waste the years you have by just waiting around and doing nothing. Work on yourself. Work on your purpose. Have a goal. Have something to strive for, right? And be patient on the love aspect. Because when you're building yourself up, the universe sees that you're trying to tell it, I'm worthy to have great things. And through that energy, it gives you great things. Okay, the universe doesn't give people great things that just sit around do nothing. Imagine someone just playing video games all day, eating junk food, getting fatter, being a slob, not even cleaning, barely having hygiene. Would you go in and give that person $1 million because they deserve it? No. You would think that person isn't doing anything. With $1 million, they'll probably just keep eating more junk food, buying more games, and basically killing themselves off slowly. You want to help someone that you see deserves it. Someone that has 3 jobs and is going at it and is grinding every day, trying to make not just ends meet, but trying to make something of themselves. That's who you want to help. So see it in that sort of way. The universe wants to help those that actually are trying to do something with their life. That despite all odds, despite what they've been through, despite what others have told them, they keep pushing. Because they know deep down they are worth it. They do matter. Even if they don't believe it in that moment, they keep fighting for another day. You have sexual arts. So this doesn't have to be actual sexuality, but just more of divinity, of your divine sexual nature, okay? So this could be healing that, because these are healing cards. So it could be healing this aspect of you in how you see sexuality, how you experience sexuality, perhaps even, is abstaining the right word from it? Like not involving yourself in it. that could be part of it. Because if you're giving your energy away freely, whether that is through sex with other people or constantly masturbating, you are then giving your energy away so much instead of harnessing that energy and putting it into a project, putting it, into some sort of work, because that energy is power. It fuels you. It's divine. And putting it, like using it for just a lust and just to make yourself feel great and get that dopamine hit, that slowly starts to deteriorate you. It starts to destroy you little by little. Okay, so harnessing that energy towards something of quality. You got Libra and you got Jupiter. So this could be that either your soulmate is a Libra or has Libra qualities, or the way you meet this person could be in law, could be through some karmic event. Perhaps there is karma that will put you two together, something like a destiny. Let us read what these cards have to say. Okay, so Libra. The discerning energy of air takes on the cardinal solve it quality and encourage identifying and solving problems. The key phrase, I balance, means that fairness, justice, and everyone getting along are the primary motivational drives. In this situation, ask, how can I manifest fair and stable balance? Ideals are beautiful things and very good guides. So it could be that in order to find your soulmate, you need to balance something within your life. Just like some sort of balance, right? Some sort of fairness, so that you're not getting too much of one thing, but you're getting everything and it's equal and it's fair and it's just, right? That way you feel good, your body feels good, your mentality feels good, your environment, whatever it is. And also regarding the solving problems, this could mean becoming more mature so that you know how to communicate and solve problems and not walk away, ghost, or do some immature shit like that. Okay, so it's about staying grounded, being present, and solving whatever is in front of you. And it's okay to sometimes take a step back in order to reflect and think about how to move forward, but not in the sense of ghosting. Still communicate. Okay? And for Jupiter here, Jupiter is associated with the Roman god Jupiter, ruler of heaven and earth, thought of as a fair and just protector. Jupiter is often thought of as a planet of luck and expansion. The desire to understand the bigger picture, to prosper, and to experience joy are a big part of Jupiter's influence. Optimism, faith, and spirituality play roles in these issues. So that's interesting. So it's still telling you to become deeper, to go deeper within yourself, to make your life of quality, of depth, of not being just one-dimensional, but of having layers to yourself. And that's what you get when you actually do work on yourself. So being a planet of luck and expansion, it could be telling you to expand your life, to expand your view, not have blinders on, but to gain different perspectives, research more. Don't just stick to one side of things, but look at both. Because that can expand your consciousness, that can expand your view, and you might even find that you're starting to lean towards some other perspective because you notice you've been brainwashed by the one you've been on. Right? So expanding your mentality is important here. Also looking at the bigger picture and not always taking things so personally. Knowing to detach and view things just from a general point of view. Because then you avoid drama. There's less drama. If you're constantly looking at things in so much detail and making it so personal, you're always going to want to argue and be defensive and fight on it. So learn to step back, detach. Okay, so this group, it's more about maturity, of being in peace with yourself, of knowing who you are, gaining a deeper identity, a deeper insights, especially through meditation, right? Discovering your core self. So the way to your soulmate, to align with them, you do need to do the work. It seems like you put in some sort of steps towards this, but there's more that you need to discover. There could be places that you need to visit, or traveling you need to do of sorts. Maybe this person isn't even in your environment, in your city, maybe even in your country or continent. Maybe this person is somewhere else. And if you had that urge to travel to some specific place, do it. Because we don't get these inner urges for nothing. Right? It's telling you something, that there's something there that you have to discover or see or experience. Even if you just went there and nothing happened, maybe the experience of going to that place will somehow make this chain reaction of you coming across that person. Right? You never know how things or situations where they could lead you. Also, working on mending your mental health, your inner world, working through things that you still haven't healed from, or things that still keep being brought up. If you're seeing that you're coming across messages, or people are telling you things, or you're seeing it everywhere, of something that is connected to something that you want to release or let go, but it keeps coming back up, it's because you still haven't worked through it. Okay, if you're being triggered by things, it means you still haven't worked through it. So mending your mental state, your thoughts, how you maybe see things, how you talk to yourself, or just things that you've been through, you need to work on that. It's interesting that you have patience and the Knight of Presents. It seems that the reason you need patience is because things are going and moving along quite slowly. Sometimes it does feel like it's on a standstill, like things aren't happening, but it's because it's taking some time for maybe you or the person to do the work and to align. And just because it's going quite slow doesn't mean it's not going anywhere at all. It just means that whatever is being built with quality. It's going to be sturdy and stable, right? So as long as you do the work on yourself and connect with your true self, your authenticity, possibly even your culture, as long as you do that work, it will get to where it needs to be. But for some, maybe all of you or most of you, it's like you keep fighting or battling this energy. There's maybe even resistance or desperation of sorts, but it's telling you to just chill, okay? Focus on what you can control, on what you can do, and things will come in eventually when it's time. You can't control when it's time. The things you can't control is how you will meet someone, where, when, why. All you can control is you right now. So take the steps needed and it will unfold on its own. because anything unexpected feels so much sweeter than when something is planned, because you can't feel it then. Imagine if you could choose when and where you meet your person and you actually come across them that way. It wouldn't be as exciting. You wouldn't get that hit of like butterflies and happiness if you already knew, right? So unexpected is always so much sweeter. So group 1, that's all I have for you. I wish you guys luck. Please remember to align with yourself so that you meet your soulmate in the frequency that you both need to be on. Maybe they're waiting for you to work on this in order to meet them. Maybe they're working on their side as well. Either way, I wish you guys luck, and I'll see you guys next time. Hello group 2, welcome to your reading. So how can you align with your soulmate? Teach and share. Instill, instruct, educate. It's interesting, this could also mean how maybe you meet them. It could be through some teaching job, it could be through school of some sort, a course, sharing something. I'm hearing sharing perspectives. It could also mean learning something new, learning even more about yourself that puts you on the path to meet them. What else? Connect with Mother Earth, plant, garden, harvest. So connecting with nature more. Going outdoors, maybe even starting to work on your garden. Connecting to Mother Nature in some way, because it is healing, it's beneficial for you, right? Touching the earth, the soil, all of that is energy, it's frequency. So it feels like for this group, you're being told that a change in your energy is required. Homeward traveler, completion, reunion, return. So some of you may need to go back home, go back to your roots. Maybe there's someone waiting for you in your small town, or your neighborhood, or your city. Maybe you come across them when you're going out at night to get some pizza or something, and you bump into them. The Isle of Wonders, revelation, teaching, discovery. Again with the teaching. So it's not just about teaching, it's about discovering something. And maybe you discover it through working alongside nature in some way, connecting to nature. Maybe going through walks, like on hikes and trails, or maybe even joining one of those groups that go out and clean nature, like from trash and stuff. There's just some sort of discovery that needs to take place here. Some sort of revelation, like an epiphany moment. Okay, so removing yourself from temptation. So any type of situationships, in case some of you who shouldn't be watching this are watching this, any type of temptation needs to be removed. So stop looking at things like, let's say, OnlyFans, or following models, or even if they're not like professional models, but just half-naked people, people that do thirst traps, right? Removing all that distraction, because then if you're in that vibe, you're not aligning with your soulmate's energy. You are just in that state of lust and distraction without any purpose or intention. It's just dopamine hits, something you lust over, and that removes you from the path of finding this person. So you need a clear direction or focus on what sort of relationship do you really want, and is like the life that you have generated, whether physical life or online life, does it align with that type of energy? Right? So if you want someone that is honest and all about you, like slightly possessive about you because they have eyes only for you, and not like in a clingy or creepy way, but just, you are desired, you're wanted, um, they're loyal to you. If you want that energy, then you can't be following other people, lusting over them, watching them, getting off of them, because that energy doesn't align. The relationship that you're trying to seek or want is something of so much more value, of quality and depth, and you are here getting like cheap thrills. So you need to remove the temptations. Victim consciousness. Okay, so that's something else you need to work on. The pity party, the why me, the, things never work out, so what's the point? And I've always been backstabbed, so what's the point? I'll never be happy. All that shit needs to go out the window, because that is what is sabotaging you from getting the life you want, from finding the partner you want, from actually feeling great and happy and experiencing life in a more joyful way. It's that pity, it's that victim consciousness. And people around you don't like it either. No one wants to be around someone where people are having fun, you're laughing and everything, and then they come with their pity and their victim consciousness that just dulls everything down and just destroys that laughter, that fun that you had. Nobody likes that energy. So you need to mature, you need to understand where it's coming from, and you need to start healing that. So you got Leo energy and you got Venus energy. So this could be about, we're going to read what the book says, but the first hits I'm getting here is that you need to function like that Leo energy, and not in an egotistical way, but having more pride of who you are, standing up for yourself, having more courage, more strength, right? Whether that's mental, physical, whatever, however you see it, having more strength and courage. You still need like a healthy dose of ego, right? Just to have you like celebrate the little wins, having you see yourself in a way that you know you're worthy. Okay? And Venus energy here is all about beauty. It's about connecting with your divine, beautiful self, the world inside of you, right? That can be also linked with connecting with nature. So let's see what the book says. Okay, the passionate energy of fire gives life to the fixed focus quality and says, remember your sovereignty. Express your natural leadership qualities. This is no time to be shy, but instead accept the spotlight. The key phrase, I will, says it all. Your will shall be done because you will make it happen. Ask yourself, how can I shine? Gather all your courage and confidence and create your reality. Leo energy is all about confidence and taking your rightful place as king of the jungle, but you're not really the boss of anyone else. And you are not infallible. Avoid arrogance. Yeah, so it's not about being egotistical and arrogant. It's about being a leader in your life. Not a leader, where you have to control everyone else, but just a leader. So that when you approach someone or when you walk into a room, people see you without even you having to speak. They feel your presence. They feel that leadership in you. Someone who has control of themselves, of their own sexuality, of their own mentality, where there is no temptation, where they don't have to be tempted by porn or, other bodies around. They will be focused on that one person, that not someone that they can just live with, but someone that they cannot live without. right? Being a provider, or if you're female, a nurturer, someone understanding, someone very present. Okay, so that's what you want to embody. Staying basically focused and grounded. Now let's see what Venus has to say. Venus is associated with Venus, the goddess of love, fertility, and beauty. Venus is all about what you value, such as money and possessions, but also your ideals. Love, relationships, and partnerships are also indicated if the Venus card is revealed. So working on having stability, okay, not always depending on someone else for it, but being grounded in who you are, having your own piece of whatever, aspect, whether that's a career, a home, money, things like that. And also being the goddess of love, fertility. This could also be about possibly creating something, right? Whether that's something artistic or just creating the life you want. Imagine if you knew this person was to step in. Is your home ready? Look around your home. Is it tidy? Should you maybe rearrange your furniture to make things flow better? Should you maybe paint the walls? Should you decorate a little more, right? If this person was to walk in, is your environment ready for them? So that when they step in, they could feel at home, they could feel easy, they could feel that this place is a sanctuary. If not, work on it. Are you mentally ready for this person to come in? Because it's not just about what you want to feel, what this person can do for you. Are you ready to have enough love, enough care, enough understanding, enough presence to be someone for them? If not, work on it. Okay? Now let's see what the tarot has to say. Okay, so you got the Six of Wands here, which is being present, just like the Leo card. So this, for some of you, this could be about starting to be more present in the world, maybe even being a content creator, showing yourself, even if you don't really want to show your face, but just putting yourself out there. That's the thing, right? So you need to put yourself out there because someone could potentially see you and be attracted to your type of energy. They could even reach out to you. But it's like you have to show yourself out there. It's like you have to make your world complete, right? So that it's like everyone says that your soulmate is your other half, but that doesn't mean that you are half a person. You have to be whole. The reason they're your other half is because when these two wholes come together, they create a bigger whole, like a bigger wholeness or completion, right? It's like if you imagine that yin-yang sign, right, the black and white, the white is whole within itself, the black is whole within itself. They are complete as individuals, but when they come together, they create this I'm hearing a mastery, but it's like they create a world of their own that is even more complete, right? So what you need to do is create that completion within yourself in your own world so that it is ready to be combined with their completion and their world, if that makes sense. Okay, so staying focused and on the task, what it is you want, what it is that you should be doing. Getting in tune with your intuition, discovering, having insight and revelation, because the moon at night, you don't see everything, right? So something is being hidden from you. But this is about possibly discovering something, maybe about yourself. The world, completion, endings, beginnings, everything colliding together. And underneath you got the Hermit. So taking the time and possibly even distancing yourself from social media or from like other people in general, in order to start working on this, maybe even planning it out on paper, because when you write it down, you have it outside of your mind and it's easy to focus and see in front of you the steps you need to take, right? So maybe write down the type of life you want. What does that life entail? What are the requirements for that type of life? Requirements of yourself, requirements of your environment, right? And then brainstorm ways of how to get there. What do you need to remove? What do you need to stop doing? What subscriptions you need to cancel? How should you be spending or saving your money? What should you be spending or saving on, right? It's like just planning everything out in order to fully understand what you need to do and how you need to live so that you have better focus and drive, so that there are no more temptations or distractions in your life. So group 2, I really hope this resonated and gave you some insight on how you can align with your soulmate. I do wish that all of you find this person, because I don't have a personal experience, but I can imagine that the quality and depth of having the right soulmate in your life, it is something that is indescribable. A lot of people online say, oh, I don't want to get married and I don't need this drama or this person to mess up my life, and I'm comfortable in my solitude and stuff like that. But they don't have any idea what it feels like to have the right person in their life, to get the help and the support they need, to be also that for the other person, to just have this, to be basically in sync with each other. I imagine it is the most beautiful thing someone can experience. So I wish you guys luck, and I will see you guys next time. Welcome, group 3. Let's see, how can you align with your soulmate? You gotta respect your physical body. Detox, rejuvenate, relax. So it's about creating an environment within yourself that feels rejuvenated and has energy and is healthy, and just feeling energetic and happy, right? Imagine your body as an environment, as a space that needs to feel like a safe haven, that needs to feel great and upbeat, right? What do you fill it with? Okay, think about that. Things like energy drinks is toxic for you, junk food, processed food, and yes, it's all over the place, but you can still find healthier options. Maybe it will take a longer drive or more money, but in the long run, it saves you medical bills, right? So respecting your physical body, and not just on what you eat, but what you put on it. What kind of lotions, what kind of chemicals, what sort of toothpaste or shampoo or creams, whatever it is, makeup even, right? What does that do to you? So much of it is going inside of your skin and poisoning your organs. You can suffer organ failure from it. So think about that. Think about and research healthier alternatives. You got spirit guides, insight, guidance, and purpose. So finding your purpose, gaining more insight into the things that that could be more beneficial in your own life. Perhaps even meditating or healing your inner world, getting guidance perhaps by someone older than you, someone wiser. Just having conversations in order to gain more insight. Fairy energy, growth, expansion, a flowering. So expansion is required here. Growth, maturing, being more responsible, taking accountability in your life. I know that many people don't want to face their faults, things they're guilty for. But when you do, you gain strength from it. Taking accountability is so freaking strong and powerful. Stop relying on excuses or your upbringing on why you are the way you are, because you have the ability to change your actions, to change your life. So take accountability, take the time to do what needs to be done in order to better yourself and better your life. Dawn Watcher, caretaker, guardian, support. With this card, I feel like taking the time to be still and really reflecting and going deeper within yourself. Maybe that's where you gain that insight. Like I said many times, when you are at your most calm and your stillness, that's when insight comes more clearly. Because when you're panicking and stressed, you're making your mind foggy, and you won't be able to gain insight during those times. So do some breath work, meditate, just sit down in stillness, reflect, or just observe, and things could possibly come to you. Victim consciousness. Okay, so the previous group had this as well. So stop with the pity party, stop with excusing your behaviors or the way you are just because of what you have faced or how you were brought up or what people have done to you. That is not you. Those are your experiences, but that is not you. So you have the ability to change who you are and how your life is. And it all starts in the mental. Once you shift focus and change your perspective on things, everything else starts to change as well. Because how you think is how you experience life. And if you're constantly in the victim consciousness, you are going to experience life as a victim forever. So once you change your mind, once you start to, I know it's easier said than done, and maybe you heard it before and nobody tells you how. So this could be as in focusing on something good, even in a shitty environment. So for example, let's say you have something really great to eat that day. That could be a positive. Focusing on that. Or you found $5 on the, or €5 or wherever you are. You found some money on the ground. Or being able to go to the movies that week. Whatever it is, even if everything else is shitty, focus on the good. Okay, accept the shittiness. If you can't change it, accept it. It is what it is. But make the best and most of your environment, of your life, of your day, in whatever way you can. That is already shifting perspective, because now you're not focusing on lack, you're focusing on what you have. And when you focus on what you have, the universe gifts you more things to have. Okay, it's a pattern. Sexuality, interesting. So this is something you need to heal. These are healing cards. So your sexuality, this also came out in, I think, group 1. But they had the sexual arts card. This is about sexuality in general. So healing how you view either sexuality or yourself as that gender. So many people are lost and think just because, for example, if you're a girl and you really love guy things, for some reason you think you need to be a guy. No, you can be a girl that likes guy things, right? You can be a tomboy. In the 90s, we used to have so many different labels of what a girl could be, and she never had to change her gender for it. She could still be a girl, but love masculine things. There are girls that love construction. There are girls that are into sports or into bugs or whatever, right? Anything we consider male-dominated thing, there are girls that love those things. So healing how you see yourself, your sexuality, your divinity, accepting who you are, what nature has made you out to be. And sometimes, yes, it's tough because there's maybe shame around it. Maybe you suffered some sort of trauma and you want to disassociate it from it, and that's why you want to be another gender. But the point isn't escaping it. The point is healing it, not being triggered by it, accepting the beauty of who you truly are, accepting your own divinity. Leo, so being a leader, having courage, strength, being more present and dominant in your energy, having that fire, that creativity inside of you. Oh, and you got Mars, so this is an action. Taking action in that leadership role. Or even more, being more nurturing if you're female. But taking action, so this isn't just planning something. This is about actually going out and doing it, right? Like they say, actions speak louder than words. So not just telling someone, I don't know, you support them, but showing them how you do. Not telling someone that, you know, that you'll be there at this and this time, but showing up a little earlier just to make sure you're there on time, right? So having initiative, taking action, being present. The world, being complete within yourself, aligning yourself to who you truly are, what it is you want, being focused, directing your energy into the things that you want to accomplish, your purpose. Wheel of Fortune, yes, turning things around, being more creative, more passionate. Hermit, protecting your energy, right? Not just giving everything to everyone, but truly protecting yourself and choosing when, where, and how you spend that energy of yours. Okay? Sometimes even retreating and spending more time with yourself, because if you're not okay, you can't be spending time helping others. You have to be selfish. You have to focus on you sometimes. Okay? Because when you're good, then you can go out there and conquer the world, right? So spending time with yourself, pampering yourself a little, being creative, having that focus and drive towards something greater. And underneath the deck, you got the Knight of Presents. So spending time on making things quality, of making yourself quality, giving yourself more dimension than just being this one flatline thing. Okay, building yourself up, maybe learning new skills, having drive and focus. So my battery's about to die out. So group 3, I wish you guys luck. I really hope that everyone finds this person that they want. Remember that it's not about when you want them. The universe will know when you should get them. Okay, so you guys will cross paths when it is time, but it can come faster when you work on yourself, on your life. Build yourself up, build your world to a complete wholeness so that you vibe with this person so that they can come in and complete your life just like you will complete theirs. Okay, so group 3, I wish you guys luck, and I'll see you guys next time.